Welcome to the part 2 of our mysterious clock tower. Here we will continue our story we left behind. There they stood, a lone figure in the heart of the grand clock tower, a place where moments were born. But now, all was silent. The colossal gears, usually a symphony of ticks and tocks, were frozen solid, holding the world in a single, breathless instant. It was beautiful, in a way, like a photograph of forever. But a picture isn't a life. And as the world held its breath, Alex felt an unbearable weight, the silence pressing in from all sides. Why was it all still, and what could one person possibly do to set time in motion once more? Suddenly, the still air began to churn. Wisps of shadow coalesced, swirling like smoke in a jar, forming a figure both ancient and imposing. This was the warden, the spectral guardian of the tower, its form a shifting mass of dark vapor. It had no face, yet Alex could feel its gaze, a heavy, sorrowful stare that seemed to pierce right through them. The warden raised a smoky arm, its finger pointing into the dusty gloom. It was a silent command, an invitation to see the source of this temporal freeze. Alex, heart pounding against their ribs, turned to follow its ghostly direction, a knot of fear and curiosity tightening in their stomach. What could be so powerful as to stop time itself? There, nestled amongst the silent machinery, lay a glint of soft light. Drawn by the gentle glow, Alex knelt down. Their fingers brushed against cool, smooth wood, closing around a simple-looking tool, almost like a wand. It was a slender stick, but at its tip, a crystal pulsed with a warm, ethereal luminescence, casting a kaleidoscope of gentle colors onto Alex's face. As their hand wrapped around it, a faint hum vibrated through their palm, a whisper of dormant power. It felt right, like a key they had been searching for their entire life without even knowing it. This wasn't just an object, it was a promise, a tool to mend what was broken. Guided by the warden, Alex found Italiano. Floating near the teeth of a giant, unmoving gear was a shimmering bubble of light, an echo of a moment trapped in a loop. Inside this fragile sphere, a tiny, heartbreaking scene played out on repeat. An old woman, her face a mask of surprise, her hand letting go of a porcelain teacup. The cup would fall, shatter into 100 pieces, and then, instantly, reform in her hand, only to be dropped again. Over and over. A single, small moment of regret, so potent it had snagged the fabric of time, bringing the entire world to a grinding halt. Alex stared, mesmerized and saddened. All this stillness, all this silence, for a broken teacup. The tower groaned. A tremor ran through the floor, shaking the very foundations and sending cascades of dust from the high, vaulted ceiling. The warden's form flickered violently, its smoky tendrils lashing out as if in pain. A silent warning screamed through the air. This stasis was unstable. The tower, the very engine of time, was beginning to tear itself apart under the strain. If T single trapped moment wasn't released, it wouldn't just be frozen, it would shatter completely, taking everything with it. Alex's eyes widened in alarm. The weight on their shoulders suddenly felt 10 times heavier. This was no longer just about starting a clock. It was about saving everything. Fear is a cold, heavy thing. It told Alex to run, to leave this crumbling place and its impossible burden. But as they clutched the glowing tool, its warmth seeped into their hand, a quiet current of courage. They looked at the looping image of the dropped cup, at the sorrow in that single, repeated instant. And then they looked at the path ahead. Taking a deep shaky breath. Alex's expression hardened from fear into resolve. With the crystal's light cutting a path through the gloom, they took one deliberate step forward. It wasn't a big step, but it was a beginning. A choice to face the broken moment, not as a bystander, but as a mender. The journey to restart the world had begun. Thank you so much for joining me on this first step of Alex's journey. If you're curious to see what happens next, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you won't miss the next chapter. We've got a lot more to explore in this frozen world. See you in the next video.